4 car paid off. It looked to me like it worked out pretty good. He's still sitting right there in second place. I hadn't heard any issues, any handling problems.
59 laps complete. Next time by, after the 10th place car crosses the line, the caution will waive. Why the 10th place car? Because points are awarded only to the top 10 at that stage.
Like I said, I'm pretty anxious to see how racy they get right here, because there are some points. I mean, are they going to try to get a run and try to make a couple extra points, maybe win the stage?
It looks to me like everybody's trying awfully hard right now. If there's an opportunity, they're going to take it. I know that 21 wants to get by the 4 to get to the 18. Just not sure he can do it. Dale Jr. right there. Keselowski up on the outside. What a battle.
Kyle Busch leads them down to the stripe with Harvick in tow. Blaney side by side for 4th. And the computer says Keselowski over Dale Earnhardt Jr. for 4th place, with then Larson, McMurray, Hamlin, Jimmy Johnson, who started in the back, got up into the points paying positions 9th, and Danica Patrick unofficially the top 10 at the end of stage 1. Kyle Busch is the first stage winner. The Daytona 500 in February, Kyle Busch is on the final lap en route to a stage 1 win. He won last night's truck race after race leader Ben Rhodes lost an engine with just a handful of laps to go while in the lead.
It was a great race, really unfortunate situation for Ben Rhodes.
Felt sorry for that kid.
He'll win some, don't worry.
He had that one in the bag.
Well, he impressed a lot of people.
And here's the green and white tablecloth for Kyle Busch. Stage 1 winner. 1 second ahead of Truex, 3 ahead of Blaney, 5 seconds ahead of Larson and Keselowski. Jimmy Johnson 6th. Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Casey Kane, and Kurt Busch are the 10 drivers who earn championship points in stage 1.
Right now is Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch's teammate. He's out about a couple hundred yards ahead of him, but he's the last car on the lead lap right now, and he's going to avoid from going a lap down.
There's Hamlin, the purple car, and Busch in white, the race leader. Kyle Busch in turn 3 with a 1.2 second lead on Martin Truex, coming around turn number 4, and Kyle Busch will be the winner of stage 1. The first time the Coca-Cola 600 has been contested in stages. A green and white checkered flag waves to end each stage. And Jamie McMurray will finish 10th in stage 1 and pick up a point, as every driver does in the top 10. Kyle Busch, stage 1.
They might.
Comes to life.
Well, it's going to have to if it's going to catch the guy leading right now, because he's got a pretty fast race car.
Well, last week in Dover, Kyle Busch started from the pole, and after just 18 laps, they made a pit stop. The left rear wheel came off, and he lost his crew chief, tire changer, and tire carrier for 4 races, suspended because of losing that wheel. The team says they will not appeal. So now Kyle Busch picking up right where he left off on the final lap of stage 1. Here's Austin Dillon in 10th place, trying to pick up the final stage point. And here's a race for 6th with Chase Elliott trying to get past Kurt Busch, and does.
And you see him again go real low in the corner, get away from that other car. It breaks the draft and makes you able to complete the pass.
I really believe Chase Elliott. I saw this in practice. I think he has one of the fastest race cars. Now we're going to end this stage.
Kyle Busch wins stage 1. It's his 4th stage victory of the season. All of them coming in stage 1. Kevin Harvick 2nd, Keselowski 3rd, Larson 4th, Johnson 5th. Elliott, Busch for 6th and 7th. Kenseth, McMurray, Dillon should be the top 10. And they will receive stage points with Kyle Busch Only the second time this year stage one has gone caution-free.
Bowyer is very excitable. His spotter, his crew chief, all very excitable. And I thought one thing this 14 needed was a calm voice on the radio.
Well, one lap to go in this stage. You mentioned Joey Logano, but his teammate, Brad Keselowski, he's 18th. Joey Logano, 20th. So the speed does not appear to be there today for the Penske drivers.
Down the backstretch he goes. Kyle Busch, after trying a little strategy before the end of stage one, came to pit road, then stayed out at the end of the stage. Now it has paid off as he comes out of turn number 4. Kyle Busch is going to win stage 2. Joe Gibbs Racing teammate Denny Hamlin finishing second in that stage. Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, all top 5 finish. Martin Truex Jr., Matt Kenseth, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, and Clint Bowyer, the top 10. Kyle Busch, still looking for that first win in 2017, has taken a step toward a possible checkered flag here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway today. He wins stage number 2. The stage, he will have led 400 consecutive miles at this racetrack because he led the last 109 laps a year ago. That's pretty amazing to lead 400 consecutive miles at this racetrack.
That is amazing, but look who's behind him. I don't think he has enough time to get here on this last lap before the end of the first stage, but the stage master, the guy that has won the most stages, Martin Truex Jr., is putting some pressure on Kyle Busch.
Hoppers is now streaming on Disney Plus, Disney Plus, Disney Plus, Disney Plus.
On Kyle Busch.
They are coming through 3 and 4 for the final time, and the gap a little under a half a second. Kyle Busch looking for his 6th stage win of 2017. It would be second most to the guy right behind him if he's able to hang on. It looks as though he will as he comes in front of the grandstands. And Kyle Busch is going to win stage 1 at Indianapolis. It was a half a second gap between 1 and 2. Also gaining stage points will be Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, Matt Kenseth, Jamie McMurray, Kyle Larson, Jimmy Johnson, and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Why that stage win was very impressive for Kyle Busch. Very important to continue to work on your race car because there was a big gap back to 3rd, but as you pointed out, Martin Truex Jr. was right there on the rear bumper of Kyle Busch. So with 110 laps to go in this entire race, I think it's going to be important for Adam Stevens and Kyle Busch to communicate and keep working on the 18. And that's very hard to do sometimes when you're the leader. You know, you don't want to make your car worse, so it's hard to strive for a better handling race car when you have dominated and led the first 50 laps.
Well, has the most stage points, playoff points.
He has. He'll win the award for the most impressive season, but Kyle Busch is hands down winning the award for the most impressive car. Remember, he didn't start in the front row. He worked his way through traffic, caught this 77 and the 21, got past both of them, and has stretched the lead to almost 4 seconds over Martin Truex.
I was going to say, that's over Martin Truex Jr. Over the 2 guys that you talked about that start in front of him, he's 11 seconds in front of them.
And the guy that we heard Kyle Busch last week say, hey, we're running well, but not as good as 78, and I don't know why. I'm just not as fast. So the 78 of Martin Truex has been their Achilles heel. So right now they're taking it to Martin Truex and his team.
On the white flag lap for stage number 2. And once again, the 18 has swept the first 2 stages. He's the 4th driver to do that in 2017. The guy who finished just behind him in that stage, the 78, is the only other one to go on to win. And the 78 team has done it twice. We'll see if Kyle Busch can do that as well. Not only sweep the stages, but also get the win, because he's going for something even bigger. He's trying to make it 3 in a row Brickyard 400 wins. Never has been done before.
Somebody's got to step up if they're going to beat him today. I mean, Kyle Busch has just been clearly the fastest car, but let's go back in the field just a little bit. Remember, Ryan Blaney's team, Eric Jones's team, they pitted early, they stayed out. great strategy. They now are entering the end of this stage in third and fourth position. Great strategy by those guys, pitting on lap 59 and lap 52.
Kyle Busch can go, yeah. I think he's just managing this race right now, which is the right thing to do, but he's got the car to beat here this afternoon.
Saw a lot of speed in qualifying for Kyle Busch, winning the pole. Martin Truex Jr. also showing great speed. These two have been fighting all season long, it seems as though. The 18 has not been able to get to victory lane, whereas the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. already 3 wins in 2017. So we ride along in the Toyota onboard from the 78, and that's his vantage point looking up at the 18, and that's the gap that separates the top two. And then on the final lap here, you see Denny Hamlin and Clint Bowyer. Hamlin in the 11, Bowyer in the 14, fighting for that 7th spot. And Hamlin's going to move all the way up to 7th, it looks like, at the end of stage 1, as the 18 gets another stage win. It's his 8th stage win for Kyle Busch and 4th straight.
He did a great job there. Fast car, managed everything well, did the pit stop right. Great timing there. We saw Denny Hamlin and Clint Bowyer racing. Those points, the stage points, don't mean much to Denny Hamlin. He has that victory, but that 1 point could be meaningful to Clint Bowyer as he tries to climb back into the top 16.
And it looks as though Chase Elliott will be the last to gain stage points from stage number 1. The caution has come out. He was dominant last week at Indianapolis, but then the tough racing on the restart when the 78 got loose, went up the racetrack, collected him. That ended the 18's day as far as trying to get that first win in 2017.
Cylinder or has an electrical issue, there is certainly something wrong. You could hear it when he came by me in turn 6.
The good news, Lee, 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go to the end of stage 1, closing in now. 1 lap to go when the leader gets to the line, so they only has to nurse this to the finish of stage 1.
Here comes Kyle Busch through turn 2, up the hill to turn 3, and he has been flawless so far. He's been blowing them all out of the water at this early portion of this race, and he's not really had to force the car. Right now, though, he's in his own zone as he is headed to the zone where Parker Clickham is located.
Right, Bagman, he has been putting a beating on the rest of the field as he comes to the inner loop, absolutely destroying the curve, just hopping directly over them. And it's actually something he's been doing throughout this weekend, whether it's in the Cup car or the Xfinity car. He has been the chatter of the garage for what he's been able to do in the inner loop and how fast he's been and how much faster he's been in the rest of the field, Jeff.
And Parker, you have to wonder, after last week's win at Pocono, does this team have momentum? We've seen them not be able to close victories off. They've had the speed, but after getting that victory, is that going to move them forward to just lay a lot of victories between now and the end of the year?
Coming to the end of stage 1. And that is stage win number 9 in this season for the 18 of Kyle Busch. And Jeff Burton mentioned momentum, Steve. Last weekend's Cup win, even though he broke a 36-race winless streak, the win there, the win yesterday, which was dominant. It was a spin and win, and he fought his way back through the field. Now he wins the opening stage of this race. I think there's big momentum there.
Well, it's 10 points, but how about right there in the green? You see it. 1 playoff point, and he took it away from the 78. He doesn't get it. He'll carry that on through the playoffs.
Back to talk about stage 2 when we come back to the Glen.
Coming up on 1 lap to go in this stage. One more time around. Oh, a little bump there. Larson moves up the racetrack. Kyle Busch takes the lead away. Contact was made. Down the backstretch they go for the final time in this stage. A lot of congestion they're fighting for. And Kyle Busch coming out of 4, he'll win stage 1.
Eric Jones will finish second. Yeah. Kyle Larson got stuck in traffic, but you mentioned it, Jeff. Kyle Busch was polite the first time they tried to block the bottom, but the second time, he didn't have it. He knew he wasn't going to wreck the 42, but he put just enough pressure on him on corner entry to move him up the racetrack and take the position for the stage win.
Blocking's legal in NASCAR, but it doesn't mean they can't knock you out of the way.
Already some bumping going on. Kyle Busch gets stage 1. He is the winner of stage 1 in this, the Bass Pro Shops NRA night race, and definitely not disappointing in stage 1. Bumping and banging already. Kyle Busch beats Kyle Larson to the line.
now you have three. You have Boyer, Logano, Eric Jones, 3 cars in the top 6 that need wins to move into the playoffs.
This is it. The last lap of stage 1. Kyle Busch, car length and a half in front of Kyle Larson. Larson's going to go high. As they come out of turn 4, it's Kyle Busch winning stage 1. Top 10, all earning points. Already the 11th stage win for Kyle Busch as he wins stage 1 at Richmond, the last race of the regular season.
Steve, one of the things he was checking was the gap back to second place Kevin Harvick when he came up upon his brother there. So as long as it was staying just above 4 seconds, he seemed comfortable.
Never good at geography, Rick.
It's the Windy City. Let's go with the Windy City here in Chicago. And he's going to stay behind him. This is a final lap. Now, if he would go past him, his brother would be eligible for the free pass because a caution we know is going to come out as soon as the 10th place driver goes by the finish line in this stage. But Kyle Busch, what a perfect stage he has put together. He will win stage 1 at Chicagoland. Already the 12th stage win for Kyle Busch on the 2017 season. And drivers fighting for those stage points. Martin Truex Jr. currently holding the 10th spot. He will be, if he can keep that position, the last one to gain any points from this first stage. And that's the name of the game in the playoffs. They want to gain as many points as they possibly can, and that's exactly what Kyle Busch has been able to do in stage 1. He has gained the most points. He led 78 of the 80 laps in stage 1, and he gets the first win.
Saying in the lead lap is, and that's why he's putting so much effort into it.
And don't look now, with 1 lap to go in stage 2, the 20 of Matt Kenseth up to the 3rd position. 150 laps in that final stage. The 20 will need to be dealt with. He is going to be it, and we have a wreck on the backstretch.
In trouble.
So Kevin Harvick, everyone trying to stop, but there's contact. The 41 gets into him. He couldn't see. Also piling into them.
The 78's in it as well. The 78, 88 is backwards on the backstretch as well.
They were sideways as the 4 was sliding sideways. Now there's more contact made as the 78 and the 88 trying to get going the right direction. On the last lap of the stage, the 78, Martin Truex Jr. gets caught up in it.
That will make the 18, who somehow got through the accident.
That's going to be the biggest thing.
All the smoke that the 4 car made as he slid sideways coming out of turn 2 caused a huge issue. The 41 couldn't see, ran into the side of the 4. The 33 also came in there, and Jeffrey Earnhardt couldn't see, ran into the 41.
Yeah, these cars are actually hooked together right now. You see Kevin Harvick's trying to, he has the car in gear, trying to get the car moving forward to get unhooked from the 41.
And now as the safety crew is there, let's look back on how this happened.
So Austin Dillon and Kevin Harvick were battling for position, and couldn't tell from that view if there was contact or not, but Kevin Harvick goes around.
And you see the smoke, as you mentioned, Rick, basically blinding on the backstretch. None of these cars can see as they come through. A couple cars already into the wall, probably couldn't even see the wall through all that smoke.
Well, while all of this chaos was taking place on the backstretch, the 18 was able to thread the needle and get through and ends up the stage 2 winner.
Now the 42 possibly out. Jamie McMurray with a win-only scenario to make it into the next round. Might be a tough day for Chip Ganassi Racing.
A crushing blow to the entire team, but Kyle Busch wins stage 1, and not only does he gain a valuable playoff point, but the 10 points for winning that stage is definitely helping him as he started the day below the cut line Those 10 points are going to make it a little bit easier to try to advance. And now, with the problems with the 42, another step forward for Kyle Busch. Take a look at the stage 1 results.
And look at these stage results. And Kevin Harvick gained points, Denny Hamlin. How about Ryan Blaney? Very calm drive to the front. Great call on the pit box to get his track position. Got 7 points. Jimmy Johnson with 5. Matt Kenseth, though, remember, he started 3rd in this race, but only got 2 stage points. I think that's a loss for Matt Kenseth.
Dave.
Jimmy Johnson was able to gain those 5 points. That was big. They also told him, Jimmy, with the 42 dropping out, that makes
lap times, and they're sharing a setup, and it must be identical because they're running about the same speed around this racetrack.
Last lap of stage 1. Somebody's going to get a playoff point, and 10 drivers will collect bonus points.
This is going to be fun to watch. I mean, points are on the line. These guys don't want to give up those positions.
Kyle Busch wins stage 1. Harvick second, side by side for 3rd. Hamlin wiggles, and Larson gets it.
He got a little loose up off 4.
Here's another battle. Kurt Busch for 7th on Keselowski. Didn't quite get it. That was fun to watch.
Kyle Busch wins his first stage of 2018. House in 8th with that backup car. Looks like we're going to finish stage 2 with 13 cars on the lead lap.
Pretty nice choice by William Byron and that 24 team. I think they took the wave around on that.
They got a free pass.
I'm sorry, they got the free pass. They're going to stay on the lead lap here.
Well, that 24 car was fast in practice.
Kyle Busch gets his 2nd stage win of the season. Older brother Kurt in 2nd. Logano, Jones, Boyer, Elliott, Keselowski, Stenhouse, Hamlin, and Almirola rack up stage 2 points, led by Kyle Busch. Johnson and Truex 4th and 5th.
2 years ago, this would have been for the lead. Those two went and battled it out here a couple years ago, and Truex went on to win. But right now, today, it's all about Kyle Busch in this 18 car.
Here you go, Jimmy again. He just forced his way right in between the 78 and the 51. I think Truex might come out on top this time. He's going to get that bottom lane, come up in front of Jimmy and hold him off.
Kyle Busch gets his 3rd stage win of 2018. From Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Martin Truex, Jimmy Johnson, and Eric Jones pips Alex Bowman to get the final point in stage 1. Kyle Busch, your stage winner. One more lap. Team Penske, bit of a disappointment at halfway. Only 1 car on the lead lap, and that is Ryan Blaney. After a mixture of strategy calls, here comes Kyle Busch. Candyman trying to make it a perfect night here in Charlotte. Gets his 4th stage win of 2018. Well, Ryan Truex 4th in stage 1, 2nd in this stage. Kyle Larson again 3rd.
They may not stick in your hands, but I can tell you one thing, that car is stuck to the track.
Kyle Busch, the winner of stage 1 and stage 2.
I just think those higher speeds changes everything.
Last year, Martin Truex was rolling up the stage wins. Now he's fighting for the last stage point.
He got 2 spots right there at one time.
Truex now 9th, leaving Jimmy Johnson and Ryan Newman to fight for 10th.
Oh, Jimmy Johnson's really loose right now. We heard that conversation with he and Chad Knaus trying to figure out how to tighten the car up.
Kyle Busch wins stage 3. This time from teammate Eric Jones. Keselowski third, Kurt Busch, Jamie McMurray the top 5.
I call that dominance.
First time any driver has won 3 stages in a race. Of course, we only have 3 stages in this one.
Is right there. He's so close. If he could get there, he could get the free pass.
That's what he needs to do. Kurt Busch trying to get up into the free pass position, but he's got a lot of traffic in front of him. Final lap of stage 2. Kyle Busch, after changing tires, coming to pit road, those 4 fresh tires, he has checked out. Brad Keselowski running second, but it'll be Kyle Busch who'll win stage 2 here at ISM Raceway.
And Harvick was able to hold Kyle Larson off for that 1 point.
Harvick ends up 4th, Larson 5th, then it's Austin Dillon, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, William Byron, and Eric Almirola, the top 10, all earning stage points. Kyle Busch, 6th stage win this year, and Kyle Busch looking strong at ISM.
Good move on his part, on Suarez's part.
One more lap and they'll wave a green and white checkered flag to end stage 1.
Look who's
and Logano's coming.
Logano wants those points. He knows how hard he had to earn the way to that championship 4 without the points that some of the others he went up against had.
88 drove up in front of him and broke his momentum. I don't know how that's going to affect him. He gets the 3rd turn here. See where he goes.
Remember all week we said you can't pass? Well, let me tell you, yes, you can.
Look at Kyle Larson in the 42. Where'd he come from?
Bowman on the outside gets to the rear bumper of Kyle Busch.
Here we come.
Watch this 22. I know he wants to drop down. Don't think he's going to be able to, but it's what he'd like to do.
To end stage 1. To the line, Kyle Busch, Alex Bowman, Joey Logano, Daniel Suarez, and Ryan Blaney. I read a story advancing the 500 that used words like lackluster and snooze fest. Take that paper, put it in the bottom of the birdcage.
I mean, Bill was in the garage. Bill France Jr. was always in the garage. And ever since Jimmy got in charge, kind of in the role he's in, he's always in that garage, and everybody knows they can go talk to him. I love that about him.
So next time by, we'll complete stage number 2. And there is your running order on the final lap of this 2nd stage. It would be Kyle Busch's 2nd stage win of 2019.
A little damage there to the back of the 19 of Truex.
And the 42 of Larson. You see Larson, the 42, up against the wall with significant damage. He's already come to pit road.
Here's where the damage comes to the left front of the 24 of William Byron. He just nicks the rear bumper of the 17. Now watch, he goes up, I think makes a little bit of contact with the 6 of Ryan Newman.
Stenhouse is in, as is Larson. Stage 1 ends. Kyle Busch ahead of Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, and Daniel Suarez. That are 1 lap down, so he wants to maintain that position.
I think,
one to go in stage.
I think Kyle Busch says, you want to stay on that lap? Go ahead, you can have it.
Yeah, Kyle has a 6-second lead to play with.
Yeah, he's not going to push the issue, I can assure you.
So Brad Keselowski's not going to catch him. Listen to him park throttle it around the corner. This is one of these risk versus reward situations here.
Oh, well, he saw it just about all go out the window right there.
And Mike, these engines they're 550 horsepower. They don't have a tremendous amount of power like these guys are used to. You got to stay in the throttle.
For the third time in his career, Kyle Busch is going to see that green and white checkered flag twice as he sweeps stages 1 and 2 here. He did it at Charlotte last year in the 600 and in 2017 at the Brickyard. Kyle Busch, your stage 1 and stage 2 winner. Paul Menard.
Buscher's got a really good car, Mike. He really looks good. Haven't seen it slip much.
Yeah, I actually think they might be able to give up a little bit on that short run and make it even better on the long run.
Coming around to complete lap 100. Kyle Busch powers around to his 5th stage win of 2019.
Tell you somebody else that really looked strong at the end of that run, Mike, was that 22 car. He was catching Kyle Busch a little bit, so he might be somebody to keep an eye on as we go on down the road here.
Kyle Busch, stage 1 winner on the short track at Richmond.
In that high-speed game of chess that Steve just talked about.
So right here, the 47 car, he's actually, the 47 car is a lap down. It would help, right now it would actually help if the 18 would go by and get Priest. That would put Hamlin, that would put him 2 down, that would put Hamlin in the situation where he was the first car 1 lap down.
Yeah, the free pass goes to the highest scored driver 1 lap down.
All right, green checker, you're pedaling.
And there was the green and white checkered. Kyle Busch wins stage 2. So the Busch brothers have dominated in Kentucky. Kurt Busch won stage 1, Kyle Busch stage 2.
The 18 had actually gotten, the 47 had actually gotten back in front of the 18, which put him back in the lead lap. That made Hamlin the first car 1 lap down. That's going to make him the free pass.
Kyle Busch looking for his 3rd win here at Kentucky.
Down a dream that never would come to me. Working on a mystery. Going wherever it leads. Running down a dream.
To stay in the 2nd position, he's going to get a big chunk of points to help that run to try to make the playoffs. The negative is when this caution comes out, I expect most everyone to take right sides. Now that it worked for him, he'll have to take 4. But Chris Gale getting those points when he can, I like the call.
I like that call too, Steve. I think you have points sitting in front of you. You have to go grab them. You can't be guaranteed you're going to get them later.
Kyle Busch already has 4 wins. Now he's starting to add to his playoff point total. 7th stage win for Kyle Busch. Fight for 10th. Look at the move to the outside. Suarez makes on Jimmy Johnson. And he'll take 10th away from him. $10 points will help him with the regular season battle that he's got going on with Joey Logano. Kyle Busch winning stage 1. During today's race, for each green flag pass Kevin Harvick makes, Busch is giving away 1 American.
Pretty good. Stick with their strategy.
Harvick put on 4 tires, so 4 Goodyear tires going up against the 2 of Logano, and he's got 16 laps on that.
There you see Brad Keselowski right here in front of your leader, Kyle Busch, as we get the white flag to end stage 1. As this is all cycled back, all those hard laps ran by Brad Keselowski. Looks like it's going to keep him on the lead lap to end this stage.
Kyle Busch and Joey Logano have another battle going on right now. It's for points for the regular season. Joey Logano right now is leading by 3 points coming into this race. Kyle Busch chasing after him right now, trying to get more stage points as well as playoff points if he can win this stage. What it looks like he's going to be able to do with a 4.5 second lead over Logano. Harvick still challenging Logano for that position. But Kyle Busch comes out of turn 3, looking at the front stretch. He will see the green and white checkered. He wins stage 1 at Pocono. 8th stage win already for Kyle Busch as he goes across the start-finish line. Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr. playing the strategy game, and they finish in the top 5. Kyle Busch with a stage win.
You see the 20 pushing that 18 pretty well.
Eric Jones did a really good job of pushing.
He's going to push him right up here by that 19 if that 19's not careful. Truex losing the lead down here in 1 and 2.
Up the racetrack goes the 18. Kyle Busch takes it away in this one-lap shootout for the Stage 2 win. Can he hang on to it now? Martin Truex Jr. with momentum right behind the 18. And here comes the 1, the 22 as well. Logano with momentum to the bottom of the track. Kyle Busch way up the racetrack as he exits turn 4. The gap closed, and they slide behind him. Austin Dillon has an issue.
We're going to have one.
The 10 of Eric Almirola hard into the wall as well. Daniel Hemrick had some contact there.
Not sure what happened there.
As Kyle Busch wins the stage, we saw the 3 of Austin Dillon sliding coming off of turn 4. Almirola into the wall. Drivers getting aggressive, trying to fight for every single position and point they can.
Heavy damage to the 10.
Left front's a little tore up on that 8 car. Have to wonder if 10 comes up the racetrack. I think that the 8 hits the 10 right there, turns him into the 3, spins the 3 down the racetrack. So the 10 came up the racetrack thinking there's a little bit more room there. The 8 makes contact with the right rear quarter panel of the 10 car, turning him into his teammate, Austin Dillon. Sends him down in through the grass.
Both RCR cars involved in that wreck.
So a big win though for Kyle Busch getting stage 2.
Winning the stage here. How's he done it? All night long through pit stops.
Oh.
Aside from that first stop, losing that 1 position, they have gained positions.
9 positions.
That's the way you do it.
All night long, man.
In the last
driver's best friend right there.
Yes, it is.
That wins championships.
Yes, it does.
You get to Homestead, that pit crew is going to mean everything.
Yeah.
Saw it last year with Joey Logano.
For sure. Wow.
Pretty incredible action tonight, man. You just never know what kind of race you're going to see.
Listen, when
an amazing one tonight.
When the rains come and you think the fans were all going to walk away, they stayed here and they're being rewarded tonight by sticking it out and sitting in the grandstands here. What a great sellout crowd. They're being rewarded with some great racing every lap of this race.
Kyle Busch wins the stage. Jimmy Johnson lost a few points there. See how it plays out.
Byron!
He just gassed it up just to try to stay on the outside. He does not want to give that, and he can't stay there. Desperation right there for the 24, trying to stay on the outside of that 18.
Yeah, he just stabbed the throttle, rolled up the middle, tried to get on the outside, couldn't carry that speed on corner X. He'll try it again right here. He's got to.
Fighting to stay just 1 lap down, William Byron.
Look at that, jumped into the gas on the outside of him.
Can he get there? He's not going to be able to. Kyle Busch wins stage 2. 11 stage wins this year for Kyle Busch. Fight for that last point in the stage for 10.
And Johnson took it from him.
Johnson steals it from Kyle Larson. Top 9, all playoff drivers, and then Jimmy Johnson in 10th. Kyle Busch wins stage 2.
Fastest car on the track that last lap.
You heard Harvick say still too loose. We agree with you, buddy. We're watching you. I mean, he is driving.
The final lap of stage 2. It's Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, 1 and 2. Larson, Martin Truex Jr. up to 4th. Denny Hamlin has made his way back up to 5th. After this, it will be 107 laps to end this race. Kyle Busch has come out of turn 4. He'll win stage 2. So now Martin Truex Jr. has won stage 1. Kyle Busch has won stage 2. Who will win the championship? Still up in the air. Kyle Busch, a great pit crew already. Could it win him the title today? see Kyle Busch taking the white flag for stage number 1. This is going to be big, and I don't think we can overstate it, because Kyle Busch is the reigning Cup Series champion, and he hasn't won a race, and he hasn't won a stage. This will be the first stage win of 2020 for Kyle Busch if he stays out front here.
Yeah, Rick, if you would have asked me that line in Vegas, if it would have took midsummer to score a playoff point, it would have been a major line the other way. Yeah. Shocking it's taken Kyle Busch this long.
Kyle Busch wins stage 1 at Kansas. Teammate Denny Hamlin finishing a close second. Martin Truex Jr. also out of the Joe Gibbs Racing stable in third. Blaney, Keselowski, Reddick, Harvick, Almirola, Bowman, and Eric Jones will all earn some stage points, but only one gets a playoff point. And that's the first playoff point for Kyle Busch. Turns it off. He's going to save a little fuel. That means they don't have to put in as much when it comes to pit road. But stage 1 is complete, and it's Kyle Busch who gets the win. Steve, so many tires in the pits, even though this is only about a 10-lap run. Are we going to see him come back onto pit road at the end? We see a caution coming out, though. The 6 has an issue. So the caution comes out. This will probably end stage 2.
I think at this point, Rick, you asked about the tires before the yellow came out. With that fewer laps, I think people are going to stay out to keep their track position. I mean, there were up to 24 cars in the lead lap. Jeff, we're going to have to get the word from NASCAR. Matty D stayed out, and he might have worked himself into the free pass position. We'll wait to see where that's awarded, Rick. But if that's the case,
huge.
Couldn't be a better turn of events for the 21 car.
Yeah, huge for the 21 car if he is in, which right now, according to our scoring monitor, he's in the position for the free pass. Take a look at what happened with the 6 of Ryan Newman. Sideways through the turn. Doesn't look like he makes any contact on the outside. And sure enough, the free pass does go to Matt DiBenedetto. He'll be back on the lead lap.
Will cost Martin Truex Jr. the stage win.
Final lap. Kyle Busch out front by 1.2 seconds over Martin Truex Jr. Then it's Bowman, Keselowski, Blaney, Bell, Austin Dillon, Clint Boyer, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kevin Harvick running in the 10th position. Remember, getting into the wall on Sunday, coming out of turn number 2. Damage to that right side, and Harvick has rebounded and now running in the top 10. Only the 3rd stage win of 2020. It's been a disappointing season for Kyle Busch. He's talked about how the most important thing for him, as he is the reigning champion, defending champion, is getting back to victory lane. He has 16 years that he has invested in that win streak.
Go to the middle. That car's working really good right now.
Well, here, thank you, Jimmy Hicks. Here's the deal. Kyle Busch has never lost a Cup race run on his birthday.
Oh, boy.
Richmond 2009 is the last time it happened, and, of course, he won. So there.
Well, there you have it.
You need
that guy
extra.
always pulls through.
If you ever need a little extra motivation,
birthday boy.
do it on your birthday.
Heck yeah. Can't find anybody else to give you a present, just go get it yourself. Even if you got to go to Nevada or wherever he called that deal from.
Happy birthday, Kyle Busch, stage 1 winner.
Awesome.
And for 6th, Chase Elliott holds off Kevin Harvick. All 3 of those guys I just mentioned have yet to visit victory lane this year. Can you believe it? 36 years old today. Kyle Busch is your stage 1 winner. 1 to go in the stage. 2.
Tell you what, with 1 to go, look at Chase Elliott moving right up on the back bumper of Austin Cindric.
Tyler Reddick up for 4th, our pole sitter, and Corey LaJoie in the top 5.
Well, one of the things that I've seen Chase Elliott do so well, and this car do, when he's won these road course races, is drive off the corner. You saw right there, that car launched to get to the outside of the 33 Austin Cindric. So that 9 car's drive off coming back to him, even in the wet here.
Lots of speed, lots of momentum out of that 9 car right now.
Final lap of stage 2. There's Corey. about to get his
fifth place. That's awesome.
About to get his first stage points of the season.
And Ryan Preece right behind him. Great stage points.
And two of the Hendrick cars, Bowman and Larson. Then Hamlin and Briscoe trying to hold off Matt DiBenedetto for the final stage point.
Oh man, saw Bowman clip that corner a little. Oh, and now Chase Briscoe goes to the outside trying to get position here in the braking zone to the outside. Denny Hamlin.
You can see him wheel hopping right there. Chase Briscoe.
Going to carry that momentum on the outside. Great move by Chase Briscoe. Here comes Allmendinger.
Here comes the Dinger.
And did you see how he hugged that bottom? Low and straight, put the power down, had both of those rear tires down and digging.
And look at how he's just right in the tire tracks of Chase Briscoe. No worries about
Briscoe's running him down the track quite a bit. Pretty big block.
Heavy braking here.
Look at that 3 wide getting. They're still 3 wide.
Well, I want to compliment NASCAR for bringing those Titans out and making that a single file restart, because those were far better conditions, and we're seeing some great racing here to the end of this final lap of the stage 2.
Here's third place, Tyler Reddick fighting back.
Now Austin Cindric's car is starting to fade on him a little bit here.
And we heard him say, I need front turn, and that's what I see. He can't turn near as good as some of these other cars. Right behind him, though, there was a storm brewing.
Yeah.
Ryan Preece was fending those guys off. I don't know if he's going to get it, but he's going to have his elbows up.
So Kyle Busch will win the stage. Chase Elliott will be second. Reddick comes off the corner for third. Cindric fourth. Fifth to Corey LaJoie, and then it's a scrum. Look at this for sixth on back. Larson's going to get it from Preece.
He held one off. Or the rest of them, I guess one got him. That's what I meant to say. Sorry.
So Allmendinger, Briscoe, and Bowman get the final stage points in stage number 2. For only the second time in his career, Kyle Busch has won a stage on a road course.
Lapped him. He'll be the free pass. He can get his lap back, but this whole strategy play out the window.
And guys, going in, and especially Steve, going into that, you knew that if you were within a certain number of seconds from the leader, that you should be able to get off of pit road.
Yeah, but you know what happens to Matthew? Assume you're going to have a good pit stop. 12, maybe 13 seconds. The 20 car, 16 and a half seconds. Yeah. So the crew chief right now is beside himself because he had a plan, and Adam Stevens' plan got completely blown up because of a slow pit stop.
We saw some water there on one of those cameras. Marty just reported some rain. And Steve, you got to trust your pit crew, right?
Yeah.
You can't build a factor in of, well, they might mess up. They're professionals. You have to trust them.
Kyle Busch, this has got to feel good after chasing the Hendrick Chevrolets and specifically Kyle Larson. You know, a stage win doesn't seem like much, but Junior, great shot in the arm, right? If you've been getting beat on raw speed and now you come to a speed racetrack, Kyle Busch wins the first stage.
Third stage win of the season for Kyle Busch. So maybe things turning around. When he said good, good, good with his race car, he must be happy behind the wheel.
Well, Kyle Busch, remember, after finishing third in the Coca-Cola 600, he said, hey, we're great, except for those Hendrick cars. He just took it to him.
He did. Stage 1 winner, Kyle Busch.
Obvious, Jeff, like when you look out the window, just, I don't want to pick on these drivers. They are working so hard, but they are parking the core in the middle of the corner.
And just trying to get through this stage. Don't have a problem so your day is over.
Well, now you have the final lap. So these cars right here, they have to run basically 2 because it's the final lap for Kyle Busch. But if they can just beat Kyle Busch back to the line, they run 1 more lap, or at least until the yellow comes out. And they've made it to the end of this stage on the lead lap.
And go really slow.
Oh, really? I'm telling you.
Kyle Busch is going to win his 4th stage right here. Only had 3 all of 2020. Brother Kurt Busch finishing in 2nd. And then you talked about the pace being off quite a bit with the guys behind him. There's Denny Hamlin going by Alex Bowman and Tyler Reddick. The top 5 of stage 1. Larson, Logano, William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., and Kevin Harvick. They round out the top 10, all gaining points at the end of the stage. Racing in Atlanta on a 24-year-old surface. It's tearing the tires up.
And that's what makes this pit strategy so creative, so much fun to watch. As we see now, the final lap in stage 2 is that every time you think it's straightforward, it's anything but.
So strategy move on pit road has Kyle Busch up front and comfortably in the lead for the win in stage 2.
Denny has to get out of the gas there. Here comes the 9 car, Chase Elliott. He's going to have a big run down the back straightaway to the inside into turn 3.
Denny, that one spot would mean a stage point. And just in front of him is Kyle Larson, who he's fighting for the regular season championship with. Kyle Busch, though, will win stage 2 in Michigan. Christopher Bell holds on for second. Larson, Elliott, Hamlin, 3rd through 5th.
Oh, there's a big
Dillon,
crash.
look at this. Dillon with so much damage just finished 6th in the stage, and the whole back end of the car torn off.
Oh, they had such a good day going.
Let's take a look and see how this started. On the inside of Brad Keselowski off of turn 4. Side drafting the 2. Oh my. Oh, that's a hard hit.
Had just finished 6th and looked like when he went to the apron, he thought once he crossed the start-finish line, just come back up on the racetrack, but the 2 was there.
Lots of side drafting going on here. Underneath Keselowski. Just trying to side draft, and Keselowski comes down the racetrack with him, trying to slow him down. That is just 2 guys trying to use arrow to slow the other one down and make contact. Hooked him in the right rear, sent him straight into the wall.
You're riding along with Brestree there, that onboard. Now, you take a look from Brad's perspective. Big hit by Austin Dillon. It's a must-win situation in Daytona now for the 3 team and Austin Dillon almost upside down.
Well, hey, no, real help would have been to remind me before the race started to put my lineup in, Rick. So I really appreciate that.
Look at the movement in the hands of the 4 car. Kevin Harvick struggling to try to keep this car underneath him. He's going to have to give up this spot to Chase. Oh, boy.
Wow.
Yes. I thought he might get a little more aggressive than that, but he cut it pretty close. Chase gets by and gets clear. He'll drive away.
So Chase Elliott moves up to 2nd. Harvick running in that 3rd spot. Again, those 2 were separated by 9 points before the race started. The point standings changing with every lap. Now Harvick back below the cut line, 11 points out. Brad Keselowski is the next one closest to him in points.
And there's nobody coming from behind. You see a big gap between Harvick and the next car, so he can just bring this thing home in 3rd place in this stage. It isn't a stage win, but it is points. Even though those other cars, like you mentioned, Burton, are getting these stage points, you got to continue to fight forward. You never know what's going to happen in stage 3. Who might get wiped out? It's going to get pretty aggressive.
With so many cars on the lead lap, if you have trouble late in this race, you could lose 30 spots, 25, 30 spots.
Kyle Busch coming through the front stretch chicane for the final time here in stage 2. He's going to end up winning stage 2. That is another playoff point. That'll put 23 playoff points into his bucket if he's able to advance into the next round.
I'm going to tell you, this is a big break for the 5 of Kyle Larson battling those battery issues, but because everyone is working that alternate strategy except for the playoff cars, that's allowed Kyle Larson, as you watch these 2 finish, he's going to end up, I believe, 5th or 6th in this stage as it comes back around. Yeah, there he goes, Blaney, Logano, Larson in 6th, so scores some points. Remember that if that battery issue ends his day early or slows him down later, those could be the points that keep him going through the playoffs.
He came in 2nd in the standings because of all of the playoff points he brought into it. Well, it's been a crazy 2nd stage, 1 stage to go. This one goes to Kyle Busch.
All he's trying to do is make it, and to make it even worse, Now pit road is closed because we're 2 away from the end of the stage. 4 if Kevin Harvick unlaps himself for Kyle Busch on this final lap. That's a big break for the 4 of Harvick.
This is the final lap, and Harvick trying to stay in front of that 18, but Kyle Busch could put a lot of cars a lap down here. Currently only 12 are on the lead lap, 13 including Harvick now.
17 of Buescher, he just pitted, was trying the same strategy. He ran out.
Yeah, so now he has a pit stop and a penalty, and with that, Kyle Busch, playoff car. Forget playoff points don't matter anymore, but you know what matter? Those 10 points.
Yep.
He's going to score for winning the first stage. A big gamble for Kyle Busch pays off. Ryan Blaney, I want to say coasts across the line. Didn't sound like there was a lot of spark in the 12 car. Will end up second.
Well, now you have to hope you have enough fuel to get to pit road.
Well, that's why he might have coasted off, right, Jeff? He might have said, hey, I'm going to shut it off and coast it from here all the way around to pick up the pace car.
Still filling out the top 10 there, but everybody in the top 10 grabbing stage points. Very important for the playoff drivers. Kyle Busch, Blaney, Larson, 1, 2, 3 in stage 1.
Well, Blaney's moving around a little bit. Like he's actually been 3/4 of the way up the racetrack, leaving that top line, but he went up and took the 11's line right there. Blaney's obviously struggling just a little bit, searching for a little bit of grip. I'm pretty impressed by Bowman, though, being able to maintain on the bottom like that. We haven't really seen anybody run that well across the bottom, and the 48 car is pretty strong.
You miss it right there. The 12 come down, trying to follow in suit. But look at this big run by the 11. Now he's going to look to the bottom, but here comes the 12 back down in his wake. Doing a little mirror drive and doing a great job of that. And look, it got him tight. Look,
right now.
Yes, absolutely. Got him tight, and now here comes the 48 back on his outside. That is so frustrating.
So frustrating for the 11.
And Bowman will get that final stage point over Hamlin.
That's good racing.
By a couple hundredths of a second. Kyle Busch is the first stage winner, and here is how close it was for 10th. Wow. Kyle Busch 2.5 in front of Ross Chastain, Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, William Byron, the top 5, the end of stage 1.
Here comes the high line, 1 lap to go in stage 2.
Tons of speed in this top lane. Kyle Busch decided not to try to go up and block it. It was so much momentum, he just couldn't do it.
Way up the racetrack now. Todd Gilliland through the middle. That's going to break it up. Chase is going to go to the back here.
The 9 gets shuffled out. Now the 11 moves to the outside for that outside line.
Denny to the top. Truex now in the back bumper of this 18 car.
Kyle Busch hasn't been able to clear the 11. The 11 running up the racetrack. What will they do for the 19? Needing the most points out of all the Toyotas.
Denny side drafted him a little bit there.
Kyle Busch goes a little high. Here comes the 19, but it's Kyle Busch. He's going to win stage 2.
Denny did come out of the gas and let that 19 through.
Kyle Busch, you know, his last one here was 2008. To do the numbers, that's 5,167 days ago. It's been that long here at Daytona. Look at the hood of the 12 of Ryan Blaney. It is very difficult for him in the Coke Zero Sugar 400.
End of the stage. Once again, it's more important for Kyle Busch. This point is important for Kyle Busch. He needs this.
There's not a person sitting on the front straightaway right now. Final lap of stage 2. Looks like Kyle Busch has it under control down into turn 3. Truex on the bottom, wrapping around next to the apron, closes the gap. Not close enough.
Not quite enough.
Kyle Busch is going to be your stage 2 winner here in Darlington. 3rd stage win of the year. 2 of those have came in the last 2 races. That 18 car getting hot. Kyle Larson will come by the start-finish line.
Wow. Wow, man. In a very short period of time, he goes from 2 down to back even.
Some incredible racing there in those final few laps trying to get to the end of stage 2. Christopher Bell, Suarez, all these guys, they survive it. We're going to have a heck of a race in stage 3 coming up after the break.
He's been one of the fastest cars on the track here over the last 5 or 6 laps.
Final lap of this stage. Big win for Kyle Busch. A lot of points here, a lot of playoff points.
Ryan Preece just ahead, trying to stay on the lead lap as stage 1 comes to a close here. Kyle Busch looking for his first stage win of this season. And there's the green and white checkered flag. Kyle Busch, stage 1 winner.
The whole future can be right in front of you.
Right in front of Truex.
And you know, Mike, sometimes when you see the guys run into each other into turn 11, it's not intentional. It's that you're just trying to time that run out. And if the car in front of you doesn't time his out, then that's when you see that contact.
You see, you're riding along with Truex. I was going to say, there's a car on your outside. He slipped, locked the tires up.
Now there's one on your inside.
Open the door, yes.
I can tell you the worst thing to hear as a driver is 3 wide and you're in the middle.
Better watch your guard, and in this McDowell, let him get around Truex. I don't think you'll ever get him past back. McDowell's car is extremely fast. He's in a good situation here.
You see, watch Truex lock up this tire right here. As soon as that tire locks up, you saw the car, it doesn't turn. It'll stop or it'll turn, but it won't do both of them at the same time.
It's also hard. What do you do to fix that? You let off the brake and try to get the tires.
Makes it even worse.
You can't afford to do that because there's a car that you're fixing a door on the outside.
So here we come to the end of stage 2. Again, no stage breaks on road courses, but they will award stage points and a playoff point to Kyle Busch, who will get his 2nd stage win of the season and his first stage win at Sonoma. Busch across the line, winner of stage 2, Logano, Chastain, Byron, Stenhouse, then Dillon, Truex, McDowell, Bell, and Harvick gets the final stage point. 2 stages down, 55 laps to go. Kyle Busch, your stage 2 winner.
So locked into the playoffs. That bubble, though, is definitely volatile.
Well, and look at the points currently with Busch leading. I mean, you know, we keep talking about the points battle because there is going to be one. With this many races left, in my opinion, we're going to have a points battle. Somebody's going to get in on points, but throw Kyle Busch in victory lane. And look, I mean, that is like the wrinkle that, Jeff, that's the wrinkle that you and I didn't really experience. Well, most of our points racing was just a math equation. This kind of win in advance changes the finish line or changes the line you're shooting for.
Stage 2 win goes to Kyle Busch. That is his first stage win of the year and the first for RCR as a team. So looking for bright spots. Well, there's one for Kyle Busch as he wins stage 2, but a chaotic finish to this stage. There's multiple cars involved in this accident.